general, there's a feeling right now that's kind of insidious feeling of not being safe. And what comes out of that are a lot of these kind of darker actions that people fear does not bring out the best or the most inclusive kind of behavior.
Make the best decisions.
Yeah, and so what is that? What are we afraid of right now? What is underneath?
I think there's insecurity and in certain segments of the population, a desire to go back to some magical time when you could tell the bad guys from the good guys.
Right.
The old westerns who had the white hat
or the black
had the black hat.
Yeah.
And in our society today, in our multicultural society today, you may not be able to
it's not
tell,
that easy.
right?
No.
And until you know people from other cultures and you call them friends and you sit down to dinner with them or whatever it is you do, you can't take that first step and you continue to live in that fear, right? And that's where some of the themes come from in one of our plays this coming season. And I think that for a lot of people, that's a legitimate fear that they don't know how to deal with. They cannot grapple with that.
It's personal, but I was engaged to a man from Saudi Arabia. It didn't work out, but having that, I never in my life as a white woman felt any sort of racism or, I'm a white Christian woman. I never felt any kind of... I didn't realize the privilege until I dated someone from Saudi Arabia, and then my grandma says, "Oh no, this can't happen."
Oh.
She was scared. It was 2012 to 15. Like, she went back to 9/11 and immediately thought Saudi Arabia bad, Middle East bad,
The whole country, whole region.
Whole region, not about the person, not about the man.
I think we overlook all of the things that's happening right here. I remember when the Timothy McVeigh happened, and we were all brought into reality of what we think a terrorist looks like, right? And as someone who wasn't born in this country, it was helpful for me that at some point in my teenage years, my mom explained that, in America, you're not Portuguese, you are a black woman. You need to know that, because when people see you, they don't see you're Indian, they don't see you're Portuguese, they see a black woman. And if you understand that as it relates to this culture, but to talk about how do we unite and unify, I think the biggest obstacle is the lack of exposure.
Exposure is very key and a vital thing that we have to do. We have to allow ourselves to be exposed to other cultures, because you never know when you're going to interact with them. And because of that, it would be in our best interest to be as open and receptive to that as possible.
I mean, the ironic thing is that fear is leading to we're undermining our own country.
Right.
We're undermining our ideals.
Right.
The we the people sentiment is getting undermined by this fear of the other. And really, terrorism is succeeding in that sense. It's undermining who we are as a country at our core, and it's dividing us. And they know that we're weaker when we're divided. And that's an old adage, right? Divide and conquer. So, again, if we can become we the people again and have that common goal of this is our country,
forming that more perfect
and
union.
you're part of it, you're part of it, you're part of it, that's where that strength comes